I had a different upbringing, but when I got in middle school, I ended up trying out for the guitars and the drum off or whatever, and I was like, matter of fact, it was before middle school. It was like elementary. I was like 9 years old, and I tried out, and I ended up winning the whole thing. And I always was pretty advanced for my age, and so I won the whole thing, and then I swear like a week later, Dennis Chambers came to my city. And I was already watching like Serious Moves and In the Pocket, those videos, just because those were like, Dennis Chambers was a household name for all the gospel drummers. Like, he was basically the pioneer and started a whole new, thing of drumming. So Dennis Chambers was coming to my town. I was already super in love with his drumming. Thought he was the most awesome player ever. And I went there, and Dennis was actually in the lobby. And I was like, Mr. Dennis Chambers, I love you. I was like 9 years old. And he actually let me sit in. He let me sit in that night just off me saying, I love you. And so that's how cool he is. So he basically let me sit in, and I got to hang out with him for that whole week, and he let me sit in for that whole week. And then he sent me a box of sticks and a whole box of cymbals. And I was 10 years old, and I was freaking out. And this was right after I won the drum off. So I had new drums, all this stuff. Next week after he leaves, this drum store that I love, Drum World, I ended up going there, and I just playing. I'm 10 years old, playing. 10 years old. Anybody in here young, under the age of 18, kids? Is there any kids here? Raise your hand. Love your parents, because they brought you here. So I was 9, 10 years old going to clubs with my mom. So my grandmother and my mom took me. I'm there. Dennis Chambers just let me sit in. Next week, I'm at the drum store, playing my heart out. A lady by the name of Carol Collado walks up to me, and that's the lady from Regal Tip. Dennis used to play Regal Tip. So she's like, "You're the little kid I sent sticks to." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably am." 9. So then I met her, and then that day I met the guy from Pearl. And from that day on, I was endorsed, and I was 10. And Pearl hooked me up with Zildjian, and then it was really strange because after that, it just started being a snowball effect. When I was 15, before 15, I went to go to Berklee School of Music. And my grandmother, we're raised in a regular place, like poverty, crime. So she's looking at this tuition of Berklee School of Music, like, you won't ever go there if I gotta pay for it. And I'm like, Jesus, how am I gonna do this? So when I was 15, it was a scholarship for Berklee at a festival that my high school was actually playing at. And I played, and I didn't play anything I thought was special, but I ended up winning a scholarship to Berklee. And the moral of my story, really, I have a whole lot of stories like this, like where, the Mars Volta, I got into Mars Volta because they saw a video on YouTube. Like, the moral of the story is that your hard work totally pays off, and that you never know what opportunities lead to the next. So you never know that Mary Had a Little Lamb will lead to winning some $5,000 drum set, which may lead to like meeting the drummer you love the most, and then he might just, you never know. So for all the young people in here, it seems like it's only 10 of you guys, which is weird, man. I'm usually around a lot of kids. You guys just got to keep it going. If y'all keep playing and never stop practicing, you will totally be up here with me doing this. Because when I was 10 years old, my drum teacher at the time showed me videos of Virgil Donati doing double stroke rolls with his feet. And I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was the most insane thing I ever saw. And last year, I actually got to do a clinic tour with Virgil Donati.